Hey, what's happening, people? All right, so this is my first major project at the lake house. I'm going to build a floating dock. Um, it's going to be pretty interesting. I did my research, and of course, I looked at YouTube on at several different variations of how they're built. I'm going to build a 10 by 20 feet floating dock using 55-gallon drums. Now, the previous owners, they actually used this pontoon boat, if you can see here, as their floating dock. I mean, that was cool. I mean, you could sit up there and chill, drink wine, beer, whatever, and chill, but it wasn't functional. Oh, it's not functional, right? As you see there, I have my pedal boat stored on there as well. Don't really like how it's stored. Of course, it's going to be warped. It's probably sit there like that for too long. So I need a functional dock. So I'm going to build a 10 by 20 foot floating dock using 55-gallon drums. You can Google it or you can YouTube it and you can see how it's done. But that's how I'm going to do it. I've also, when it rained, I came down here and I looked at how high the water got after a significant rainfall, and so I'm gonna build a 20-foot gangway that will lead to the floating dock as well. So here's the before pictures. Of course, I'm not going to do the continuous video taping. I don't have that much time, so I will bring to you the before, the during, and the completed project. Hopefully it'll work itself out. Um, all right, so let's just take a ride over here and see exactly what I'm gonna use for material. A little bit closer so you guys can see the setup, the before setup, and how it's gonna look afterwards. All right. So I have my wood, and this is pretty much what I'm going to use. I have all my wood ready to roll. I have my joist, 20 feet joist. I have all my decking that I'm gonna use, and there are the 55-gallon drums that I'm gonna use as well. All right, trying to get everything set up. Right there at the barn. Since it was raining, I couldn't really start on the framing of the dock today, so I'll probably start on that tomorrow. But what I did do is I sealed the drums using plumber's tape. I wanted to make sure that we did that so that way over time the water doesn't seep into the drum and then I find myself floating with the fishes. Don't really want that to happen. So use precaution. I use plumber tape to seal up the drums for the caps. So hopefully that would last, at least 5 or maybe even 10 years with that in place. All right, so this is the before. I'll bring you guys some of the action during, and then, of course, the completed project. Stay tuned. Peace. All right, so we at the next stage. you will. I got my framing done. Also included the corner galvanized support angler for additional support. Also put joist hangers on there as well, again for additional support. Don't want to take any chances when you're putting this thing over water. Don't want to have people stand on this thing and fall in the water. Right now what I'm doing here, I'm sizing up my barrels or my drums for flotation. I'm just sizing them up. They'll go on the bottom of this actually. I need to pre-drill the holes while I'm going to tie them down with nylon rope. Using nylon, of course, because it's going to be in the water, and don't want it to decay over time. So we'll be using nylon rope to tie the barrels down. All right. Just sizing up. So this is the next phase. I will not put the decking on up here because this thing is heavy, and it will only get heavier if I put decking on. And also put the barrels on, so I would have to probably use a crane to move it down to the lake. Don't have a crane, so that's not an option. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my gator and I'm going to pull it down, near the lake, and that's where I'm going to put the decking on and connect all the drums. All right, so good thing that there's a decline there. To the lake, which is a good thing. It's going to help me get the frame down there. All right, people. So I'll once I get it down to the lake and get the decking on and the barrels hooked up, I'll bring this back to you. Peace. Alright, coming back at you with my floating dock project. Alright, so we're at the next phase. I was able to get the frame complete, and I used that almighty John Deere Gator and some dollies to pull it down to the location where we're going to launch it in the lake. Here you see I got the gangway structure framework already, and of course the dock itself is almost perfect, the sizing of it for this opening. I couldn't have planned it better myself. As you see, I moved the boat out of the way to the side. I had to break down the gangway that was on the boat, and I'm going to use the hardware here that I took off the gangway from the boat, and I'm going to use it for my gangway for the dock. Alright, don't mind the pedal boat here. I had to take the pedal boat off the boat just in case the boat got away from me, and the only way I can get to the boat was to jump on the pedal boat. But that didn't happen. Everything worked itself out. Alright, and I'm on to the next phase. So the next phase would be to add the barrels to the dock, tie the barrels down, and then start on the decking. Alright, and so it should be an easy push right in the lake with my trusty John Deere Gator. I'm just going to hook up the gangway to the dock once I get the decking and the drums all connected, and I'm just going to go to the end, and I'm just going to push it right into the lake. And if everything goes well, the next video you should see, well, next to the last video, you should see is when I have it all ready to push. Alright. Alright, just one quick video to let you guys know where I am. Just to show you exactly what point, what phase I'm at here. You notice I got the barrels underneath the decking. They're all tied down. They're all tied down. Of course, I gotta snip the excess rope. I also use blocking right here to keep the barrels in there snug, so I won't do a whole lot of movement when they're in the water. Same thing for the other side, and I'll do the same for the other side over there, and the two barrels I'm going to put on the opposite ends here. But this is a beast, getting these barrels underneath. I actually tried to use brute strength at the beginning, using my iron pole over there, but then after trial and error I wised up and I started using the jack. You know, you're supposed to work smart, not hard. Alright, so it's a one-man job, so I gotta work smart. So what I did here, see, I got the jack. I'm gonna jack this up. Hopefully the barrels here, it'll get the jack high enough and the barrels will fall right into place where I need them. I have the ropes pretty strong, and so when they get underneath, I'll go ahead and tie them up. Alright, so that's the where I am so far. Also, I got all the wood in place, down, ready to roll. Got my generator on my trusty Gator. What I need for power, power up the power tools, and chilling on my puddle boat, and take breaks and drink my beer. Alright, so that's where we are so far. Stay tuned. Alright, so I got all the drums tied down, positioned up under the floating dock. Looks like it's coming together. I just put the boards on top. I didn't secure them to the frame yet, so that will happen hopefully tomorrow if we have any good weather. We had some snow flurries a couple times today, but I worked right through it like a soldier. It didn't bother me any. About 40 degrees out here, which is another issue that don't really bother me much. So I worked right through that. So tired, got all the boards on top. I will secure them tomorrow, but after I actually do some more things, such as install the hardware that will connect the gangway to the floating dock. And I got one more barrel over there that will go at the beginning of this gangway, so it can float as well. So that way it doesn't give a lot or have a lot of tension on it when folks walk on the gangway up to the dock. So I think we're cooking with rabbit grease. So check this out. So when it rains out here, this thing, it comes up, the water levels rise about 2 to 3 feet. So what I did was I made sure that I tied it down, because as you see, it's very close to a lake. As a matter of fact, that might even help me after hopefully I can have another day to finish it, and I'll just let it sit until we have a significant rain, and it'll just take it on out to the lake by itself. I don't have to worry about pushing it in the lake. Anyway, I tied it down so that way it won't flow away from me. I tie it down on that side, and I also have it tied down on this side in the front. So hopefully tomorrow, if we have some good weather, it's supposed to be 50 degrees tomorrow, so hope no precipitation happens, and I would be able to hopefully complete it. I'll put the handrails up for the gangway, and I'm gonna have some railing on at least the left and the back side of the dock. And I'm thinking about also, it lines up the way I want it to line up. I hope it lines up. I may just connect the pontoon boat, connect it to the side here. That way folks can, they want to walk on the pontoon boat and chill if they can. We will have cookouts on the dock. They can fish from the dock. They can jump in the water and swim from the dock. I'll have to put my ladder, my swim ladder on the dock as well. That will be done also tomorrow, hopefully, if we have some good weather. All right, so that's where we are right now, and I'll see you on the next phase. Peace. All right, so I finished the phase where I put the pickets on and the railing, and I'm ready to push it at least halfway in the water so I can get the gangway completed. We're about 95% there. And thanks to my homie came down from Maryland, helped me out a little bit. He actually cut up the wood for the gangway right there, and he helped me attach the gangway. All right, so the next phase will be push it in the water and to complete the gangway, and I will be done.
Stop.
I will be done. So I'm going to give it a shot to try to push it with the trusty gator. If that doesn't work, then the next option my smart wife just came up with is to rent a Ford 150 to push it in. If that doesn't work, then I can contact my neighbor, see if I can use his tractor to come over and push it in. Anyway, hopefully the gator will work, and I will come back at you when we got it in the water. So we're ready for the halfway launch. I got it tied down so it won't get away from me. But if it does get away from me, I can jump into my trusty pedal boat and chase it down. All right. Out. Okay, so as you can see, the dock is actually complete and pushed into the water using my John Deere Gator. It was pretty rough going, but the John Deere, as always, came through for me, and I was able to get it into the water. I wanted to push it partially into the water. The front is actually floating, and I will need to complete the planks for the gangway, or the ramp, if you will, that leads up to the dock. I wanted to get in the water, I want to see how it will hold up to the weight that the snow will put on it. If you guys have ever been in the snow, and you know when the snow piles up on top, it becomes very heavy. So it looked like we got a good maybe 3.5 inches of snow on top of it now, all the way around. And if you look at the front there, the front is actually on top of the water and is floating. I think the middle might be floating as well, but the back is still on top of some mud. Once I get the gangway completed, I'll go ahead and push it all the way into the water. Probably another good maybe 5 feet into the water. I want the gangway end up like maybe at the middle between those two trees there, the end of the gangway, because when the water comes up, it comes up to that level during heavy rains. So I want to push at least 5 more feet into the water. There's a heavy drop off after you go 5 feet past that little brush there that you see in the water. 5 feet past that, there's a significant drop of 30 feet into the lake. So once that's complete, I get it out there. I will then pull the pontoon to the side, hook the pontoon up to the sides for some extra space, extra chill space. If you notice, I brought the railing to probably about 3 feet because once the pontoon is connected, folks can use that railing as a support as they get onto the pontoon. So there you have it. Almost finished. Look at the little bird over there walking on the ice on the water, which is kind of interesting. So we're in North Carolina. We're actually in like north of the northeast part of North Carolina, about a mile from the Virginia line. So that's why you see all this darn snow. But it's okay. Snow only lasts for a day or two. It's supposed to be 50 degrees Wednesday, and then it'll be gone by either Wednesday or Thursday. And then I'll come back out here and do some more work to complete the job, and I'll bring you the finished product. You know what? I want to try to jump on here and see if I can jump on here. Probably not. Probably better not, because I don't know how far this water comes back. I can't remember. So I'll take the safe route and just back on out of that ideal. Alright, I'll bring you guys the finished product in a couple of days. Peace. Alright, so I'm bringing you the finished product or semi-finished product. There's some things I got left I want to do, but it's pretty much finished. The floating dock is now, well, the pontoon is now connected to the floating dock, as you see here. The dock, I included rails on the dock. That was a requirement from the wife. She wanted rails, at least around the back end, on the side end, because since we have small grandkids, she didn't want anybody to make a mistake and step off the back way into the water. So, got finished with the gangway. I have some trimming left to do, trim the wood up, but it's pretty much finished. I may put some rails up, not quite sure yet. But let's walk on here. It's a 20-foot gangway, a 10 by 20 floating dock. Pretty solid. Not a lot of bobbing, weaving, not a lot of shaking going on. As you recall, I put the handrail about 3 feet out from the edge here, so that way folks can use this stabilize as they step onto the pontoon boat. Don't mind the pontoon boat right now. It's been out here, of course, in the weather, and we gotta clean it up. My next project would be pimp my pontoon. Pimp my pontoon would be my next project. But in any case, the dock is now complete. A few cosmetic things I want to do to it. We're going to set up, of course, a bench slash picnic table on here. We'll have another sitting bench here. I'll put some fishing pole holders here for the fish. I might put a little, I'm still debating, I might put a little grill on the side here, but after I do that, it's going to be pretty much finished. I'm going to then pimp the pontoon. Have a bar up there. Have some music. Clean it up. Paint it a little bit. There you have it. Floating dock project is complete. Hope you enjoyed the series. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below, leave a question below in the comment section, question section, and I'll try to get back to you. As of now, I'm out. Peace.